Now that you've added an image, perhaps you're starting to feel a little confident. Ever see one of those multi-touch demo apps with a wall of images you can manipulate? Now you know how to build something like that with Composer in about 10 seconds. In this section, you will work with a variety of asset and collection types. Why limit yourself to only images? And begin to put together something visually engaging. Left-click the Collections icon in the blue ribbon at the top of Composer to display the list of available collections. Left-click and drag the first element named Asset Grid from the Ordered Collections section and drop it onto the scene. Left-click the first Van Gogh image in the Content Library and then press the Shift button on your keyboard while left-clicking the fourth image. The goal is to highlight all 4 bio images. Now left-click and drag all 4 images onto the Asset Grid element you just added. You should now see a collection of 4 images displayed using the Asset Grid layout. We'll now change the collection by left-clicking the Collection Style button at the top of the Properties panel. Select the Ken Burns Effect option. If you don't see the Collection Style button in the Properties panel, make sure the collection you just created is selected in the scene. Using the Properties panel, resize the collection to a width of 300 and a height of 400 and move its center point to the X and Y coordinates of 1690 and 450. There's nothing special about these numbers, they just happen to represent the most appealing size and position when we created this experience. The same goes for future width, height, and position specifications in this tutorial. Left-click an empty part of the scene to remove focus from the collection you just modified. Then, left-click the Simple Text Asset button in the Assets panel. Or to mix it up, right-click the scene and select the menu item Insert, Assets, Simple Text. Using your mouse, move this Simple Text asset into the open blue space on the left. Then, double-click the default text in the middle and replace it with the word Biography. Using the Properties panel, adjust the font color to a shade of white and adjust the font size to 80. Increase the size of the Simple Text asset if necessary. Click the Ken Burns Effect collection, then hold down the Shift key on your keyboard as you click the Simple Text asset. You have now multi-selected these 2 items. At the top of Composer, you should now see the alignment and distribution icons appear. Click the 5th alignment icon to align the vertical center of the slideshow and simple text. You can also drag the Simple Text asset with your mouse and eyeball the alignments. A blue alignment line will appear when alignment is achieved. Let's now add a quote. Left-click somewhere in the blank part of the scene and add a new Simple Text asset. Replace the default text with the quote, "Great things are done by a series of small things brought together." Using the Properties panel, change the font color to a shade of white and the font to Bocaniqua, or any other font you enjoy. Resize this text asset to a width of 600 and a height of 200, and a font size of 40. Move its center point to the X and Y coordinates of 900 and 350. Align the top edge of this quote with the top of the Ken Burns Effect collection. Good! Next we'll add a video. Drag in the video named vango.mp4 from the Content Library and place it below the collection on the right. Resize the video to a width of 470 and a height of 260 and then align it with the right edge of the collection. Right-click the video and select Show Properties. On the Appearance Properties tab, check Show Timeline. On the Behavior Properties tab, check Autoplay. On the Container Behavior Properties tab, set the container value to free. Click the menu item File, then Save, to preserve all this effort you've put into the experience so far. Finally, we'll add a document. Drag in the PDF document named booklet.pdf from the Content Library. Resize the document to a width of 660 and a height of 500, and then align its bottom with the bottom of the video, and its left side with the left side of the quote. In the Properties panel, change the document style from horizontal scroll to book by clicking the Style button. On the Appearance Properties tab in the Controls subcategory, uncheck Show Controls. On the Appearance Properties tab in the Cover Style subcategory, change settings to a fill color of dark blue, a radius of 0, and a flat appearance. Last but not least, on the Container Behavior Properties tab, set the container value to free. Press the play button and put your good work to the test. Turn pages in the book, run your video, and admire what you've just created.